Let's paint something that's just fun today, and there's no way you're going to be able to guess the inspiration. Grab your watercolors and give them a good spritz. Then I'm going to grab a big brush and I'm going to wet the entire page. In the middle of the page in kind of a line, I'm going to drop some light yellow. I'm going to add in some darker yellow to the outsides of that. And then I'm going to add in a little green. On a separate loose page, I'm just going to place down messily some different dark colors like black and gray. Then we need to let this dry or make it dry. Once the page is nice and dry, I'm going to grab some masking tape. And then over those yellows and greens, you're going to place a couple pieces of this tape in kind of a very tall triangular shape. Then I want you to fill your brush with really concentrated dark colors like black and blue. And we're going to fill up everything but the area we taped off. Once that's done, we have to let it dry or make it dry. Once it's dry, it's time to remove the tape and just hope that it didn't bleed under too much. I wasn't so lucky. I have a couple ideas how to fix that at the very end, but for now we're going to grab our extra sheet that we painted the gray colors on, and we're going to start by cutting out a half dome. Now we need a second piece that we're going to cut out as a very kind of elongated diamond shape, but we're going to snip off each of the sharp ends to give kind of flat surfaces. The glue I'm using is Elmer's and it's a crafty glue. It says it works for crafts. That I'm doing crafts. And I'm just going to glue these two pieces down. Now usually when I'm trying to glue these down, they want to pop up a little bit. So I usually like to grab some books and set it on here so that it can just keep the pressure down until it starts to actually adhere. Now I want to disguise some of the mistakes that happened on the area I taped off. And for that I'm actually going to use some white craft paint. Any sort of acrylic paint would work great for this. You're going to want to switch brushes for this. Acrylic paint is not kind to watercolor brushes. And I'm going to start by dipping the end of the brush into the paint. And I'm going to make some little window dots at the bottom of the dome. And then I'm actually just going to use this white paint to cover up the edges that were not so crisp and clean. In addition to the white paint, I'm also going to grab a metallic marker and I'm going to add in some details to my spaceship. You can make yours look however you want because it's your spaceship. For one final touch, I grabbed a pen and I started to draw on a cow, but it kind of looked a little more like a unicorn, so I just went with it. It's a very short unicorn. This painting is far from perfect. But that being said, it's one of my favorites because it made me happy doing it. Give yourself permission to paint something silly from time to time. Sometimes it's exactly what you need.